Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are live from the Holden Arboretum today, this morning, and you can see we are already in the middle of the forest. It will be a beautiful day and a beautiful trip. We will walk along all the important trails and show you around why this is a must-do when you're living in the Cleveland area or when you're visiting, obviously. So we wish you a lot of fun watching this video and see you in a bit. The Holden Arboretum is 30 miles or about half an hour car ride away from Cleveland downtown. You can visit the Holden Arboretum all year round, and there is never a bad time to visit. Each season will have its own appeal. I've picked fall because I just feel it's so beautiful to see the leaf colors changing, and you'll see it now in the video. Right after you enter the main building, you will have access to the butterfly garden, which admittedly is maybe not the best thing to visit during fall, but you already get a glimpse of the beautiful colors that are awaiting you during this tour today. So enjoy! As soon as you have entered the main area of the Holden Arboretum, you have a myriad of options and trails available to you. In our case, we walked through the little forest first and headed towards the little meadow, which is around a 5-minute walk away from the main building. The American artist Patrick Dougherty has built up these structures in August of 2020. Unfortunately, you won't have a lot of time left to visit them yourself. I read that they are going to be taken down by October 31st this year, 2022. Let's see if they will extend it or if they put something else up here. I guess that's the plan. Anyway, it's a very interesting artwork. It's called Stickwork, and you can see it's a little bit like a maze. So for children, it's, I would say, a little fun, and for us, it gave us a great opportunity to take some wonderful photos of Lena. 2 walking minutes downhill, and you'll be at Blueberry Pond, which is one of the best locations in the Holden Arboretum to see the fall colors pop. It's also a great location for photo shoots. We've tried it ourselves, and you can see, well, almost. That's much better. So really a great location for shoots. Adjacent to the pond is also a little platform that you can walk up, and it just gives you a nice little overview of the terrain and the area. Another great opportunity for some good video or photo shoots. If you keep walking along one of those trails, you will almost inevitably end up at one of the highlights of the Holden Arboretum, which is the Emergent Tower. The tower is about 120 feet tall, and I can only give you the advice to really show up early. Make this one of your first stops. You can see the sign here. It says wait time around 30 minutes if you stand here. And unfortunately, the line gets much longer than that during the day. So make sure to be there early. It's a fantastic activity. I highly encourage you to walk up there. It's a couple of 100 steps, I guess. But it's definitely worth it. You will have amazing views. And for everybody else who just wants to take a sneak peek, I took the tour for you. I sped up a little bit so you don't have to walk the whole, I think it was 10 or 15 minutes it took me to walk up there. I only slowed down a little bit while I show you some of the highlights when I look around. But overall, just enjoy the tour here. It's really cool. All right, here we are at the highest point at the highest accessible point of this park. Also looks like it's the highest point in the park in general. I mean, there's nothing sticking out here. And right behind me is the northern area of Lake Erie, and you will see the maybe a little bit the outskirts of the lake. And Lena didn't dare to come up with me, so I'm alone. So enjoy the views.
Gorgeous, huh?
Michelle from the Holden Arboretum was so kind to answer a few of my questions.
Structure is 7 years old. It was brought here from North Carolina by a group that normally does zip lining and ropes courses. They got the contract by saying they could do this without taking down very many trees. They only took down one tree to clear the space for this. So
Oh, wow.
This gives you the panorama of almost 4,000 acres of Holden land, which has been in the Holden family since the early 1900s. This over on the right side is Little Mountain, which was a place where Clevelanders used to come in the 18 and 1900s to get away from the heat and smell of the city. There were hotels over there, and they burned down, but the Holdens decided what a beautiful place this would be for a private arboretum, which was open to the public in about the 60s and 70s. And over there to the west, you can see the East Lake Power Plant, so that you can see about 10 miles out to Lake Erie from here.
So the bluish color over there, is that the lake?
All Lake Erie from all the way across.
Wow.
Yeah. So the Holdens decided that they wanted to have a nice place for their friends and family, and eventually all the public to come, and then they opened this so that we could all have memberships or just come daily. Isn't that nice?
Wonderful. It is. It is. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming up.
we have the Canopy Walk behind us, and we'll have some great views along the canopy, as the name suggests. And come along with us. The Canopy Walk is certainly another big highlight in the Holden Arboretum. It's a 500-foot long elevated walkway and around 65 feet above the forest floor. So you have some nice views, not as cool as the tower, but it's a very different experience. So you walk over these bridges that you can see here, and they can be a little shaky, particularly if there are more people on there, but that's why they try to time it a little bit and only allow like 3 or 4 people at the same time per section. So with that, keep in mind the wait for this attraction can also be a little longer. So aside from the tower, this is the other thing you really want to schedule early in your trip. It is certainly much less intimidating than the Emergent Tower. So if you have some fear of heights, this may be a pretty good trade-off. I highly recommend to give this a try. The platforms, the wooden platforms here that you see right now, are pretty solid. They are not shaky at all. So you only have to cross these little paths here, and I would say it's manageable. But obviously, that's why I do here a video. You can make your own opinion and judge by yourself. For everybody else, definitely put this on your to-do list if you visit the Holden Arboretum. By the way, what you see here is the line to the Emerging Tower about 2 hours later. So you would probably have a wait time now of around an hour or even more. Corning Lake and the surrounding trail is something that you can do either at the very beginning or at the very end of your trip. It's definitely a great stop either way. You have even a little beach on the other side here, and this is where this photo was shot. Definitely a nice place to relax and enjoy a good time. Right next to it is the Discovery Garden, and this is another really nice place to take a break, and I guess particularly in spring and summer, this is certainly a highlight area. This is it. We are heading home now. I really hope you enjoyed the tour. please comment and like the video, share it around, show some Cleveland love, and let everybody know how beautiful this area is. Particularly now in fall, you really should visit the Holden Arboretum. And well, stay tuned for the next video. I'm sure there are more to come, and maybe you have some ideas, then let me know in the comments as well. Have a great day, and bye bye.